Hi everyone, welcome to the very first live of 2020. I still haven't quite got used to saying 2020, although I've kind of written out enough forms at this point that I'm just about remembering to write it, but saying it sounds a little bit odd still. So hello to everyone who's popping in and joining me. I've kind of had a fairly busy start to the new year because right at the end of 2019 I had obviously Siog Stripes, the knit along, the mystery shawl knit along was launched, and so this week, just yesterday, the first clue came out. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about that. And in the background, my Celtic Cables Club closed at the end of December, and I want to thank everyone who's joined in with that. I was really happy with the response, and everyone is so excited to get started with it. So I'm going to, it'll for the next 6 months, that will probably be the majority of what I'm doing, because I really want to make these patterns and the videos really special for everyone joining it. But back to my Siog Stripes mystery shawl knit along. Now, I've had a few people ask me what it means, and sometimes when I'm trying to come up with pattern names, I'll often try and riff off of the yarn name or the colour or something like that, but try to use something that's Irish. However, one of the problems with trying to use Irish for pattern names is when you enter it in online, particularly in somewhere like Ravelry, it will only recognize it if you put any of the accents, in this case what you call in Irish, if there's the line over the I or the O, or it's called a fada. And if you've got a fada in something and somebody doesn't put it in, then the pattern name's not going to come up for them. So for the most part, I try to avoid fadas when I'm putting a pattern name in. But I do like to use Irish names, so I ended up using just the word Siog, which is meant to be in Irish fairy, but there's a fada over the I. So I just ended up changing it so you can see where most of it are uppercase and then the I is lowercase. So that's how I ended up trying to do a little thing between not adding fadas and confusing Ravelry, but at the same time being able to use Irish words. And of course the Siog and fairy came from the fact that one of the yarns we're using is the Fibre Spates fairy wings. So again, that's often where the start of my names come from, is it'll be a color, or it'll be perhaps a shape or a feeling or something like that, and then I'll move tangentially to try and come up with something that it reminds me of. Not very good at pattern names, but that's usually the way that it works easiest for me. So if you are getting started on the knit along, give me a wave, give me a shout. I hope you're enjoying it. The postings on Ravelry and on Facebook have been great. People seem to be enjoying it. And in the knit along, we're using two yarns, Fibre Spates Nua and, Fibre Spates Fairy Wings and my yarn Nua. And so you've got these done in stripes, but they're not standard stripes. What I've done is I've created this kind of what I've called a double garter stitch. I'm sure it exists in some form or another, but all I'm doing is knit one row with one color, slide it back to the start, and then knit the second color, and then you turn around and you two rows. So you're only ever knitting, but a bit like brioche knitting, at the end of each color, before you start the next row, you slide it back to work that second color. So two colors on one side, then two colors on the other side. And it creates a really interesting texture, and I find that it's also, it combines a very different stripe, because garter stitch stripes, normally what ends up happening is you'll end up with, ridges of each one, and it's very delineated is the best way to put it, whereas this feels like it blends the colors in a lot more subtly. In fact, I really, really want to use that particular stitch pattern in a garment, in a cardigan or a sweater or something like that. So keep an eye out over the next year, maybe next autumn, something might appear. And then, so that's what the background is. And then over that, what people are getting started with is the cables. There's slip stitch cables that, whichever color this is, they're going to be sitting over the front of it. But that's pretty much all I'm going to give away. But so far, even what people have produced in just the first clue is looking so pretty. So if you're curious, pop into the Stolen Stitches Ravelry board and you can look up Clue 1 spoilers. If you are working on it and you don't want to see what it looks like, don't go in there. But if you're curious, just pop in there and you can take a look at what's going on. So the second bit of news I have is, I don't have it with me now because I've sent it off already to make its way to New York. But I'm releasing a new shawl pattern called Neon Skyline, and it'll be coming out tomorrow. I'll pop it up here on Instagram, and I'll also send it out in my newsletter and things like that. So you will hear all about it in multiple ways. And this is a shawl that was designed specifically for Vogue Knitting Live in New York, which is at the end of next week. And it's a combination of Nuwa and Townhouse yarns. So Townhouse will have a stand there, and the shawl will be on display on the stand. And so if you are at Vogue, please pop along. I'm planning on being at the stand. I should be Saturday and Sunday. I think right now we're saying kind of 11 to 12 both days. But keep an eye on social media, so if there's any changes or anything like that, I will put it up there. So I'd love to meet anyone who happens to be there. It'd be really nice. I'm also really looking forward to going to New York. The last time I was there for longer than a pass through an airport was when I was 19 years old, and we had to stay there overnight on the visa program we were on. And so that is literally the last time I spent longer than an airport stay in New York. So this could be really interesting. There's a friend of mine is going as well, so we're taking some time each day of the Vogue Knitting Live show, and we've got a few extra days to travel. Hopefully we'll get to see a Broadway show. So if you've got any suggestions, give me a shout. And perhaps a little bit of shopping. I don't have much bags, so I won't be able to shop very much, which is probably a sensible thing, being constrained by your baggage allowance, because a mess up with baggage means I'm hand luggage only, so that'll be fun. So let me know if you're going, and it was lovely talking to you all again for the new year. It's kind of nice to be back and get into the swing of things after a very restful holiday.